Back on this shit. I'm gonna pick up where I started off, or where I left off yesterday. I'm afraid of how this is gonna play out. I already know the Sombra was having trouble, but started picking it up in the end. Reinhardt plays too defensive and doesn't know how to use Shatter effectively. Not There's good comms, but not comms about cooldowns, etc. That's all I remember. I gave him like a 7 out of 10 yesterday for their performance overall. Next map, I think they said they're going to Rialto, and this is like 9-minute dialogue.
So there's a few
wanna hear
things
it
that I want to kind of
briefly.
start introducing right away. Is that the first thing that I'm noticing is that your team is pretty good about acting on ultimates of your own. You're not so much to the point where you're like working around opposing ultimates. Your tracking is on and off with the ultimates themselves.
Truth, because I remember, so they ran Ryan, Zarya, Sombra, Hanzo. So they would Grav Dragon one fight, next fight EMP Shatter, and somewhere along the line the Ana Nano, and which I don't think were used effectively. I didn't pay that much attention to them, but I think they could have gotten more use out of Nano probably. And at that point, Sound Barrier was probably taken away. Because their healers seem to use their ultimates very early in fights before, which I hope they improve on in this next game. And I just real quick want to apologize because yesterday's stream was fucking trash audio. I was
Sometimes you care about them.
I listened back and I was so low, and I hated myself. I actually hated myself because I record all these, and I was listening back, and I was just like, all right, gotta see if this is good. And as soon as I heard myself talk, I knew the entire VOD would be fucked audio-wise. But
Sometimes
still
you don't, and even when you do care about them,
probably gonna
sometimes
try to
it
upload
doesn't
it.
influence your decision. And there's other things with like rotation we'll catch at a different map. But the first thing that I want you to kind of change with Rialto is we want some sort of organized backline to exist. So with the Ana and the Lucio, right now it's Paddock, right? How many is this your very first block with this team?
No, I played one other.
You've
or two
played
other.
one other block, right? Okay, so it just felt like, especially during the stagger phase or whatnot, the backline didn't really know what its role was supposed to be. And like Lucio was pushing the payload. So especially in these Rhine Zarya compositions, when you've got an advantage, you can use speed, especially if you have amped speed, to chase people down. So there was quite a few times where maybe you got like 2 kills or whatnot on the opponent, but then they were just kind of like sitting just around the corner with only 4 people. You had 6, and you elected not to engage on them. There's other times where, Lucio was sitting back on the payload, and Ana was trying to go forward to keeping people healed. But especially during the stagger phase, you want your Lucio with, especially in a Rhine Zarya composition, in order to speed them forward, in order to chase down and delay team fights. Or if things go wrong and during the stagger phase and you fucked up and you're in trouble, you want the Lucio there to speed you out and get back.
And I briefly touched on that because basically Jane just completely covered it. But yeah, overall it was a pretty decent performance. Not too good, but definitely above average. Just from personal experience, I can't speak on exactly how GM games play. I know I watch I do watch I watch other streamers and people that are in Grandmaster, and I know they have good comms, but I hear a lot more ability comms in in just regular ranked, as opposed to this. So, just something to note.
With your Grav Dragons, you're winning those fights as well. But unless the opponent has an ultimate, with your ultimates and whatnot, like you're doing your EMP shatters, great. You're winning the fights so fast with them. And then, like with your Grav Dragons, you're winning those fights as well. But unless the opponent has an ultimate combo that you can't avoid of your own, if they're just kind of like going in there and you know you have the advantage, let them waste a bunch of time until you pull the trigger. Right? So if they're coming into you and you have, an EMP and a shatter and there's nothing they can do about it, let them waste 10, 20 more seconds futilely just looking at you before you decide to just murder them all. You're winning too quickly and getting too little value out of the fights that you do win, and then you're kind of also, just on a different point, less comfortable in fights where you do not have an ultimate advantage.
Democrats have become the party of open
What
borders,
the fuck?
crime, and abolishing
Alright,
our
this is
brave men
unfortunate. Alright, just fuck that. Alright. So, so like you touched on, and actually a thing that I hadn't thought about, if you are only relying on Grav Dragon to win you fights, and you're only relying on, EMP Shatter to win you fights, that is not exactly the way to go about it, especially for being, all about playing as a team. One of the things that I was looking at, just as an example, was, and this stuck with me yesterday. This stuck with me. The stuff like their solo EMP, which, stuff happens. He could have panicked, and since he had already said something about, I'm gonna EMP on Blizzard World, which I would go back to the clip, but I'm too lazy. He did it regardless of whether he was gonna get advantage out of it, and they feel obligated to combo. So when the Sombra goes for the solo EMP or does, something that isn't right, the Ryan still feels like he has to shatter so that they can combo, because that's what wins them fights. Hopefully that made sense. I feel like I kind of hit two different topics.
Okay, so just to summarize two things, we're working on backline knowing what they're doing, and that specifically is going to Foggy to call the engagements, and winning slower.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So for this map, we'll be doing the double sniper. So
Give them
we'll
some easy
actually
stuff to
do
work on.
versus Zen to help with the range pickoff. And then Mark and I will just be on the payload, grinding up, and looking to beat them up on the front line. If they have any sort of
we'll work on the Sombra stuff. I thought that the Sombra is a micro play, and I don't want to open the doors with a micro suggestion.
Yeah.
And I'll be going to Diva, just so I can be a little
Fucking
bit more,
Boostio. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Did you want Anna Zen or Mercy Zen?
Mercy's in the start.
I hate Boostio, don't at me.
On defense, you want to win slower in order to waste the attacker's time. Correct.
I want to play defense first. Oh well.
Too bad.
The defense is fun.
Alright. I was too distracted, actually. Alright, so going based off comps, one, they're the fucking team they're playing against is pulling out the May, which worked really well for them on Blizzard World, and all that. So the only main play, if you're pushing out and immediately getting shoved right off cart, the only play would be to go back to your spawn, which I believe they're doing.
This team also doesn't
Yeah,
scale.
back.
Yeah. All right,
That was
but
domination.
instantly swapping off. That's really good, especially playing into this comp that they're running. What?
Should've scattered.
All right, I wish my audio fucked up, or at least is what it said. Running double sniper into this would be meaningless. The Hanzo still obviously is good. They actually managed to find a kill onto the Zarya. That's going to give them a huge advantage.
Yeah, Doomfist. What else do they got? Okay,
All right.
Brig, Ana, Lucio, Zarya, Ryan, May.
I was playing super close. I'm gonna jump from top ropes. When you speed boost out, I'm gonna jump from top ropes in the Ana.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready, guys? All right, I'm going
I'm
in.
ready. I'm with you.
See, this is what they need more of, coordination.
Bubble.
On Ana?
Okay.
Okay, dead.
Ana's
May no ice
dead,
wall.
huge.
Doomfist wall.
Nice.
Hey, I need-
There's fun
May
on
we
there.
inside Discord?
May 1, May 1.
Yo, I'm just gonna go far. They have nothing. They're
Yeah,
on our
that's-
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
do it, do it.
Alright, again, good communication, good swaps, going to Pharah. Overall, I don't think the Doomfist has been able to do too much, considering he peaked on Widow. I don't know if he died, but regardless, he switched. Went to Doomfist, got a combo off on Ana, then fed, died, and I believe he's switching, if not the Hanzo's switching, which he shouldn't. But the only thing that I can say about this is that the Zarya could be communicating bubbles better instead of just doing it. Because you can tell who's winning the hammer fight when it's 85% ultimate charge to 53, and that's basically, the Ryan is the only DPS alive. No, they have May, but the Reinhardt is the one that is the major issue here. But if Zarya gives Reinhardt the bubble and is like, hey, you can get aggressive, you can just swing for the mountains, either that or waits for May to wall someone off, the Reinhardt always charges the person that the May's walled off. And that's an easy 40 charge if he can get a bubble off on him. Just pointing that out.
Well, so far
I'm
they're
gonna go to the top
45
lane.
seconds worth
Let
on
me
this
know when you're
spawn
six.
camp. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, PK's coming.
We're good now.
Yeah, American?
Okay, try to get the May wall out and then we'll engage hard.
Okay.
Zarya's back.
Okay.
Yeah, the far
Okay, May no
swapped,
wall.
unfortunate. Help the
Oh,
Ryan.
yeah.
Just
They
stay on the
need to
high
help the
ground.
Ryan.
They're Ryan's low. Never mind.
Yeah. Keep
Uh,
the right. The right should
Ryan's
be-
low.
Yeah, get the Ryan.
Alright, they're good.
Let's go to May. Let's go to May.
Get the Lucio, get the Lucio.
Lucio.
Lucio,
Okay,
Zarya?
Zarya now.
Zarya on point, Zarya on point.
Discorded.
Here
Alright,
we will
that's-
I'm gonna
see.
get,
I
Ana.
have ult.
You got her?
Here we will
Going to
see
get
if
Ana.
their
She's not
promise about farming
Blue.
goats
Okay.
teams is accurate.
Look for- they're gonna have
Alright,
defense
so that was a good cleanup there, and I purposefully turned it down. That was a good cleanup
He's
there.
on bridge optional.
Let's barrel
The
stop.
Ryan still isn't
There's a Zarya.
able to do as much as he should be able to do,
Zarya and a May.
and hopefully
Only
he's
Zarya and a May right now. I have
aware
right,
that
remember,
the
right when they come out?
that
I'll bubble you, call it.
their Ryan is gonna have shatter.
Tell me when they're coming. Tell me when they're coming.
They're coming.
Alright,
They're
3,
coming
2,
out. Coming out.
1, now.
Better job with keeping Zen on
Oh,
target.
shit, maybe a bit early.
Darkness.
Ana's half.
I'm low here. I'm gonna die.
Get mark out.
If Doom uses his ult,
off
he's
the map.
throwing.
Nice.
Die here.
Yeah, just die on point.
Wait, where is Doomfist? Hold on. Wait, I saw him
I'm
there.
low here. I'm gonna die.
Get mark out.
Ana's off the map.
Nice.
So as far as I'm concerned, Doomfist is behind them. So they could coordinate a dive with him if they're thinking logically. If not, he has the abilities to get out. Oh, it just depends on what they want to do.
Yeah, just die on point. Work
Quick
it out.
chance.
I vote behind them.
I got it.
Yeah, their mid-fight game is real
Thank you,
shit
Shadow.
right now.
You can Doomfist combo here with Grab.
Who's chasing you?
Grab. We can.
Yeah.
What do they use, boys?
And by mid-fight, I'm like between
Nano,
fights. Between fights.
They're using the Wriggle as well.
They got a Moira now instead of Honor, though.
Should have Grab. I don't know if they have
Yeah,
Grab.
they always
They
usually
will.
get someone that's.
They're also
will have
talking
it.
about what they
Grab
want
him,
to
grab
do, like as the fight is happening.
Well, they beat
Yeah, call. I'm
I'm gonna
dead.
wait for
We're on,
this
we're on,
I'm
to be
shooting more,
over.
more on point. We're on point left side.
Do they lose?
No fade too.
Getting
Shit,
around.
Deb.
I got shatter. I got shatter.
What's
That's
our
a
numbers here?
huge res.
You're good. You're good.
I'll shatter here. I'll shatter.
you. Okay, okay, okay.
Alright, that's
Zarya on
good
point,
that
Zarya on point.
they,
Moira.
good communication about the shatter, but they gotta go back and watch the grab and everything.
Should have Grab. I don't know if they have Mail.
They
Level
didn't-
6?
They will.
They're also
will have
talking
it.
about what they
Grab
want
him,
to
grab
do, like as the fight is happening.
They didn't, as far as I heard, I didn't hear anything as far as the grav being talked about goes. Didn't hear any communication with that. And when using Doomfist ult, and especially when comboing with grav, solo gravs are fine. In certain situations. In this case, their Ryan is really good and knows what he's doing. Obviously, because I believe he gets the charge. Not the other guy gets the charge. Good on him. But it's just. Sorry. I like started streaming immediately when I got home from school. I'm a little bit brain dead at the moment, but Zarya's grabbing without saying anything, and when someone gets especially solo grabbed. I think it's actually before.
Grab. I don't know if they have Mail.
They
Level
didn't-
6?
They will.
They're also
will have
talking
it.
about what they want to
Grab him,
do, like
Alright, that he did say it, and that's, I actually missed that, but he didn't say it with enough time for the Doomfist to react in reality. And what I want to say is grabs like these don't need comboing with. But although, and this is going back to the whole they feel obligated to combo ults,
as the fight is happening.
just look at everyone who's here. So you have the farmer. See, I really wish I could get this quality better. I'm really sorry that I can't. But hopefully it looks better on stream. But you have the Zarya here. You have the Reinhardt, I believe, here. And then the farmers he's shooting down on top. The Moira very well could keep at least the Ryan alive. But there is little to no reason for the Doomfist to combo here. There's so many. The Zarya is a walking target. That's easy for that. If you can force out May Cryo, that she's an easy target. Doomfist can get Lucio with his ult if he's lucky, but.
Well, they beat it.
Yeah, call. I'm dead.
Hurry on, hurry on, hurry
I'm
on.
shooting more on point left side.
No fade too.
Getting
Shit,
around.
Deb.
I got shatter. I got shatter.
What's our numbers here?
You're good. You're good.
I'll shatter here. I'll shatter.
Okay, okay, okay.
Zarya on point. Zarya on point. Moira. Moira on point. Moira on point.
Nice.
I have barrage again. I'm gonna do it earlier when they come out.
Alright, I switched to get back faster. so I
There's
don't have a bubble
3
for you.
people there. They
Okay,
can
it's
push
fine.
up on that.
The Ryan's
You know,
on left.
Mark, just stay right here with the shield if you could.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Okay.
a nice play from the
Are they
hammer.
chasing you guys?
Just
They're
trying to
chasing
knock
me.
them
Do it
all
now.
back.
I gotta get out. I gotta get out. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm frozen. Gotta get May.
Get the May. Get the May.
Hey, May. I'm port.
I got it.
Get the break. Break low. Break low. Break one.
The barrages haven't actually gotten a whole lot of value, from what I've seen. And I don't know if they should have stuck with the Zarya, just because that would definitely get more use out of the barrage, especially as opposed to Doomfist.
Break one on point.
Break.
Lucio
Lucio's
on
on
point.
Lucio, one.
I'm distracting their heels.
Zarya on right.
Deb?
Nice.
More close,
Still,
more close.
props
Moira
to
on
the
point,
blue
Moira on the
team.
back.
Props to the blue team, because this is what they're running. That is a solid
Kill me.
comp.
There's a helper's end.
Discord.
Keep calling. Keep calling.
There's one point.
Ryan's coming back.
Good
Get the
reminder.
rank. Get the rank. Get the rank.
Deb?
Nice.
Cree.
McCree, we can punish him. We can punish him.
Alright, they have McCree.
I'm dead.
No, they're threes.
They did call out the McCree, but if I'm not mistaken, they didn't
One.
say
One point.
anything about when he
Break.
swapped.
Lucio
Lucio's on
on
point.
point.
Unless
Lucio, one,
it
one, one,
completely
one.
went over my head.
Zarya on right.
Deb?
Nice.
More close, more close.
Moira on point. Moira on point. Moira on the back.
Oh, I'm in it.
Nice pin around. I'm hoping it's Ryan.
Break on point.
There's a helper's end.
Discorded.
Oh, my game.
Keep calling. Keep calling.
There's one point.
Nice.
Ryan's coming back. Get the rank. Get the rank. Get the rank.
Deb?
Nice.
Cree.
Alright, so they called out the McCree when he was on bridge, but never called the swap, which is just genuine awareness. And it all is like dependent on how much you press tab, which at this rank they definitely should be.
McCree,
Cree.
we can punish him. We can punish him.
I'm dead.
They can definitely punish,
No, they're threes.
but
Don't
their
wanna use
Doomfist needs to ult and get out.
You can get that. Oh, okay, you got out.
Yeah, I got it. I would have died if I didn't.
Where'd Doom ult?
Alright.
Where did Doomfist ult?
Don't want to use ultimates during stagger phases.
You can get that. Oh, okay, you got out.
Which, yeah, that was definitely a I would say it was a poor decision on the Doomfist part to ult there, and obviously Doomfist ult isn't the most necessary ultimate, I would say. So if you were to use one, that's the one that you can use to escape with better. But yeah, this rollout right here, no, it's right here.
I'm dead.
This rollout is meaningless because notice, and this is what people need to keep track of,
Cree.
McCree, we can punish him. We can punish him.
because Doomfist is so meta now, and people don't know how to deal with him at the majority of ranks. But this is the #1 mistake that you see people that are starting to play Doomfist, and people that are getting put onto Doomfist that are different players and that are like learning him. Just
I'm
look.
dead.
Alright, so there's one cooldown he used to get to bridge. Then he uses E and actually gets stunned out of his E. And then uppercuts for no reason. Which people, you know, people bitch about Doom's cooldowns and how short they are, because I believe the highest one's like 7 seconds or whatever, and it's like his slam or some shit. But after Doom uses cooldowns, or after he gets hacked, he's just so open and vulnerable, actually. But yeah, unneeded ult to get out. Already seen that.
Yo, I'm gonna look to mine, like, behind them.
Zen, if
and
you
then
want, you
just
can push up. I'll push cart.
They're not grabbing until I trance, so I'm just saving it.
Okay.
The Zen did
So
get really
the,
good pick. They're
I'm
still
mining.
not.
Peeking mining.
Yeah, come on.
There's
push
still
him.
not a whole.
I'm axed.
Blocking this.
You know, they weren't a whole 6 when they
I can
pushed.
shatter here if I need to.
Yeah,
Where's
Zarya
he on?
discorded.
Or I'm trying to get out.
Zarya's on right.
A thing that I want to
Sombra
point
with
out
translocator.
with Hammond ults like
I'm
this.
mining him.
I have shatter here.
This is a really good Hammond ult, but it's done at the wrong time. It's, you know,
Mining.
there's so
Yeah,
much
no.
space that this takes up. Just it gets everywhere. It gets this entire corner sectioned off. But the thing is, their team gets all split up, but no one puts any pressure except the Doomfist alone goes in, and
Push in.
he attempts to make something happen,
axed.
but they don't
Blocking this.
push them into the mines,
I can
which
shatter here if
is
I
what
need to.
teams need to do.
Yeah,
Where's he
Zarya
on?
discorded.
Because then they have to.
Zarya's on right.
They're either forced to
different
fight,
second.
which they would have had to fight
Looking for shatter. Looking for shatter. Shattering.
5v
There's only one
whatever.
down. Brig on me. Brig on point. Brig on point. Brig on point. Brig.
Can't see
Brig.
you. Can't see you. Nice.
Yeah.
I brush. You're almost gonna.
Zarya's low. Zarya's
We're
low.
good, we're good.
Sombra point.
Sombra no translocator on point.
They use
Brig now.
both
Brig.
support ults. They
Brig on point, brig on
still
point.
never
Zarya's one.
have
Zarya one.
said anything about support ults.
I'm close to another minefield.
Okay.
Moving up, so
alright.
thank you, Zen.
What do they have?
We don't have it.
Possibly high. No.
No,
They might have
Oh,
high
no.
noon. Okay.
No, they just switched to Mercury that last one.
Yeah, they just
Okay.
swapped him.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't even. I want to see when they got the Sombra. So they got the Sombra around the time of the Hammond
Sombra
ult.
now?
So they
All right, so that was called out.
Brig. Brig on point. Brig on point.
Zarya's one too.
Zarya.
Zarya one.
So the main thing that I want to point out is their lack of awareness this match. They're late to call stuff out. The Sombra one was a good call out, but they aren't keeping track of who's on what, because obviously
Okay.
moving up, so
this
thank
guy
you, Zen.
What do
goes
they have?
McCree, and they instantly
we don't have
say
it.
Possibly high. No.
No,
They might have
switched.
high noon.
when he literally just swapped.
Okay.
No, they just switched to Mercury that last one.
Yeah, they just swapped
Okay.
him. They
They
won't
won't
have
have
it.
it at all. I don't know about tank ults though.
I'll mine
They
behind
don't.
me.
They won't have a shatter, but they may be close to a grab.
Wait, do they have high
No,
noon
no,
or
no, no.
Yeah, they just grabbed.
Yeah,
Act on payload.
On point, on point. Sombra, behind.
Nice.
Lucio low.
Nice.
Nice.
on payload, still
They
on
aren't.
Sombra. Get
helping
Sombra.
you.
Get Sombra.
They weren't helping with Sombra at all.
I'm with you guys.
Behind
Wait,
him.
can I barrage right up on their choke?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm behind him. Go.
Okay.
I can try and shield you.
Try they're coming out.
Somebody's coming out right door. Right door, right on. Right
They're
door.
all coming out right door. I'm gonna barrage you.
Right
Ready?
door.
3.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
Maybe we don't need it. I don't think. Not yet.
No, we're good, we're good.
Push cart.
Yeah, no need
Shatter,
to
bro.
overult.
Get Ryan on point. Okay,
Something
nice.
left. Alright,
Yeah,
push
get
it
Sombra.
down.
She's one. She's one on the left.
Nice.
Alright, nice.
Their opponents are not giving them as much as a challenge, so there's a lot of kind of
push up on them to the
there's a
spawn.
lot of little things that
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
fine.
getting punished for, which always
I
makes
just
it
wanted that.
Be on the 1v1 versus Sombra and this.
it always makes it more difficult to kind of teach teams about what they're messing up with when they're not getting punished for it.
True.
But one of the other things is that kind of the opponent is outpacing the play with the amount of comms that Andromeda is doing. So you're hearing like these long discussions. And the other thing that really is suboptimal with Team Andromeda's comms is that their communication is happening. It's also not accomplishing much because there's very few times in which, you know, they're even when they do identify the ults or they do have callouts, those callouts are over almost superseding any actual actions. So, you know, there's a lot of things that are going on in the place of like target calls or something like that. And then ultimates are things that are being phrased like "can I" instead of, you know, using this, let's do this. You know, the discussion can be shortened and simplified and get the plans made so that you can actually kind of focus on the fight right now. Because right now, it seems that they're arriving at a team fight without a distinct plan, and then they're kind of just like, they're like, oh, look, red people, and they're arbitrarily using cooldowns in the direction of the red people until something happens.
Yeah, that's the first time that I've ever heard someone ask, like, can I barrage at their thing instead of, saying I'm looking to barrage. I'm gonna barrage when they come out. Because regardless of you asking, if it's not a good plan, they're gonna tell you no, and they're gonna say like don't do it, and all that. But as far as matchup comps go, the other team should be sticking with the Sombra, but I guess they're not. So I will say good on them for I guess forcing their teammates, or not their teammates, but their opponents to switch on to things that they are obviously not comfortable with, which in my opinion, the T-Walk does not look comfortable in Sombra, but in terms of him between TPPC, he probably is the one that got like told he's the Sombra player over him. So that's what I guess about that.
Yo, tell me when they're
great honor.
Ice, tell me when they're right in front of payload again.
Yeah, give me a second.
Hey, and if their runs are your dive.
Okay.
It's good that they're asking for scouting
I need
this
to hack
time.
Mega first. I'll be there in a second.
Where is Iceman?
PK, can you tell me? Yeah, you can tell me.
This is not a scouting location.
Yeah, I'm gonna damage myself on it.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, they have
They're
a
behind payload,
Lucio.
they're moving it.
Ryan's
You
alright.
can go, you can go.
Yeah, go now. Hanzo?
Alright.
I have
Oh,
no
I-
idea the DPS. Widow,
Okay,
Widow,
what
What do you mean?
I'm looking to do my dive on the setup, guys. Are you ready?
Yep.
He's
Yep.
staying in
Oh, I'm
stealth
sl- I'm
way
talking-
too long.
I'm on the Hanzo. Hanzo below.
Left dive?
Hanzo one, Hanzo one, Hanzo one.
It is good that
Hanzo's
left.
that he went for the
Hanzo's let's
Widow.
go.
on the back.
Get it.
Hanzo's one on point, Hanzo's one on point.
I actually
Get
didn't
out.
think
Okay.
that he would go for the Widow.
Alright, who do we have?
We're down both
Where's
DPS.
the widow?
He took way too long to react to that. If you are playing Sombra, you got the kill you need, and people generally know that, like, if you get body shotted twice by Widow, you're dead. If you get hit twice by a Hanzo arrow body shot, you're dead. And
Hanzo's let's go.
Widow on the back.
Get it.
Hanzo's one on point, Hanzo's one on point.
he's going for the Hanzo. Hanzo turns at him. As soon as he draws his bow and is like aiming towards your general direction, you translocate.
Get out.
You are
Yeah.
out of there.
I just
You should be out of
We're
there.
We're down both
Where's
DPS.
the widow?
That
Obviously.
No,
Okay.
I'm back. We only
Fine,
have
you're
I
fine.
res optimal.
I'm gonna pound them again. 3.
they're back on the Sombra. I'm waiting for the call.
Oh, I got
I'm sorry on point.
Ooh,
Sorry half.
Ooh, that
Sorry
was a
anti.
nice sleep by their honor.
I can't. Yeah.
Hanzo's one. I'll literally one it all the way in the back. Never mind.
Just
On a PB? PB? Thank you.
I'll just sleep like that.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
just
I think I'm
reset.
staggering. I'm staggering.
Oh, the wall.
Back up. Reset.
I'm gonna when Summer's on you.
Oh, they have the Sombra.
I'll be able to get on point. Let me know when you guys are ready.
See, even
I'm ready.
most
Dropping
of
down
these people
3, 2,
I'm not there.
1. On the
just
Ana.
don't know
Ana's in the
that
back. Ana's half.
Sorry,
they have
yes,
Sombra.
Hanzo's hacked.
Why is
Good on
Sombra
him
doing
for
Hanzo again?
initiating with him.
Nano?
Right.
What'd
Dropping
you
down
say?
3, 2,
I'm not there.
1. On the Ana. Ana's in the back.
Right side, right
Ana's
side.
half.
Sorry, anti.
Hanzo's hacked.
Like, why is Sombra dueling Hanzo again?
I have Nano.
Right here, res PK. Resing PK.
Yeah, the thing that I want to say again about their Sombra, when it comes to this Sombra in particular, and just Sombra in general, if you want to feed EMP, which is the ultimate goal of Sombra, Sombra is the most consistent DPS as far as ultimates go. And the way that you get those ultimates is farming tanks. So there's obviously better tanks to farm than these two, but if you hack Zarya, you get a bunch of more, I guess, usage out of that. And if you hack the Rhine, that is huge for your team, regardless of if he's nanoed or not. It's so much better than fighting a Hanzo. If you hack a Hanzo, you're still gonna be in the same fight you were before. It's just he can't use his E. That, and now on top of the Hanzo, now you're fighting the Sombra, probably gonna be fighting the Ana, or the Ana is going to be healing these two. This is a lose situation. There is no reason this should be happening at all.
I can barrage here.
What's yours low inside Kevin?
7 seconds. Oh, no.
One of the
Red
tanks
purple,
need to
yeah,
swap
back it up,
off, or else they're just gonna
I'm going
feed
right.
their Sombra all
Can you
game.
get out?
I actually
I'm
take
right
back
back.
what I said about T-Walk. He knows who to hack, seemingly.
Okay.
Iceman's
So,
still
It's not to EP bomb. I
behind.
don't think you need the barrage. We're gonna
Are they
need.
gonna have the grab combo?
Oh, I'm dead here.
Close to it. They have Hanzo ult. I know that for sure. I might hack Zarya and see if she has grab.
Okay.
If I can find her.
I don't need a peek. I have
They
gold.
push up. It's just like so push door right now.
I
The
just,
Hanzo's definitely.
I'll
Zarya and see.
give me a second.
I'm going right.
Hanzo has ult.
I can
Keep
nano
selling
PK.
point.
Just give me a second. I want to make a point to this.
I can barrage here.
What's yours low inside Kevin?
7 seconds. Oh, no. Where we lost.
The red's purple, yeah, back it up, yeah.
Alright.
I'm going right.
I'm close to
Well,
mine.
if they're gonna
Can
kill
you
me.
get out?
And let me preface this with saying,
Red guy as
Overwatch is a game where every second
Okay.
matters.
Uh,
Every
well,
single
Sometimes
second,
the EP bomb.
Okay.
you need to be doing something. You have a
I'm
job to
dead
do.
here.
Close to it. They have Hanzo
You
ult, I know
have
that for
something
sure. I might
you
hack
should be
Zarya
doing
and see if she has grab.
regardless.
Okay.
If I can find her.
I don't need a peek. I have
They
gold.
push up. It's just like so push door right now.
The Hanzo's definitely gonna have Dragon. Then they're gonna have grab, I think.
Yo, Ice, they're gonna try to hack one of us. You should try to hack one of them.
we just do it
Pause it. Pause it. Alright. The Sombra just spent 40 seconds in stealth. I didn't hear him call anything. Or just, I didn't hear anything happen in that. All I know is Sombra was just in stealth for 40 seconds. I timed it. 38.7 seconds to be exact, but rounding it up to 40 seconds. That's just so... He could have had EMP up. You literally just had to tickle one of anyone, and you would have had EMP up by now.
Where
Give me a
you
second,
go?
give me a second, give me a second.
You're over here now.
We don't have
And why are you back there? That doesn't make sense to me. Why are you all the way back there? The cart's on the other side of the fucking bridge. If you're gonna be in stealth for
can we
push
40
up?
seconds and
Yeah,
use
yeah.
that much
Many
time,
PRs.
how are you not gonna find a new spot for your translocator? That's a nice EMP.
Zarya?
I'm hacked in the middle.
1 point.
And now you're feeding.
Hanzo has ult.
Ana's low, Ana's low, Ana's one, Ana's one. Bad
I
day to
see
be a
it, left side, left
Sombra.
side.
That's unlucky.
Am I saying?
She's low still.
Got
He
anti.
couldn't have known that he was gonna have EMP,
Is this
but
winnable if we...
Hanzo's low,
Okay.
Hanzo's one.
Winnable.
Hey.
Oh, huge.
Alright,
Huge.
possible.
Number one.
Okay.
Top bottom, he's hacked.
Get him point, get him point.
Sombra's actually one shot.
Got
Holy
her
shit,
somehow.
easy. That is the easiest team fight I've ever seen won. Anyways, regardless of him getting hacked, if he would have translocated, he would have still been back up over here. Would have been back up in the building in their spawn.
Alright.
Nice.
Sorry.
It makes no
Okay,
sense.
Yeah,
Right on point, right on point.
Where the Ryan's
Get the Ryan,
feeding
get the Ryan.
punish him.
Make sure you can't get out. Okay.
Oh my god, dude.
Into you
Okay,
guys.
I'm here.
Oh my god, how did you lose that?
Oh, fuck. I
Just
bounced.
how did
That
you
was a mistake.
lose that?
That was a mistake.
Fine. They use 3 ults there anyway, they know as well.
They did.
Do they have Shatter or no?
I pressed Q by accident.
Oh,
I didn't see it. Definitely they had combo. What was
You
it?
might want to go Zarya too.
No, we can't. We
Real quick, like, I guess intermission call. Hammond should have swapped by now, and you know, obviously it's like a so I guess call on it, but as far as I've seen, their Sombra has been just feeding off of this Hammond, and this Hammond has just not been able to like do anything without getting hacked by Sombra and then erased by the rest of the team.
we can't contest.
Close to minefield, then I'll swap.
No, we can't. Don't let them roll here. There's Sombra's up top. Somewhere.
So I spent swaps
Top
off
main.
Sombra.
Okay, I'm gonna.
The choke
I'm
point?
gonna
Were you
mine-
using the choke point?
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna mine
was a
behind
good
them,
swap
okay?
off Sombra.
I got hacked.
That's big
For the
unfortunate.
sleep, I should've just.
So another thing that I wanna point
I'm
out
gonna.
choke point?
that
Or
I
you
brought up
Yeah,
yesterday.
I'm gonna mine behind them, okay?
Yeah, no one called out the.
I got hacked.
Actually, the honor should have
Don't
called
roll
out
The
Sombra.
Sombra's up top. Somewhere.
So I spent swaps
Top
off
main.
Yeah,
Sombra.
they get
I'm
the
gonna-
that call.
Yeah, I'm gonna mine behind them, okay?
I got hacked.
Yeah, Sombra didn't say anything. But notice how the Ryan doesn't charge in. And notice how obviously he does the like pretty preemptive thing of, oh, there's the team and I have Shatter and they don't have Ryan. I'm just gonna Shatter. But he
sleep.
doesn't
Yeah.
he takes his time.
Got,
And he doesn't
Ryan?
get greedy and just charge in.
I'll get it. She didn't push me, but.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna switch this right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
I have shatter here.
Watch out. I'm still dead, guys.
I don't know why they aren't.
They're
Yeah,
not
I'm
pushing
not
cart.
Even just take a little bit more.
Okay.
Alright.
Zarya's left side.
She's half.
What do we need to worry about?
I have a. Okay.
Come back.
I don't
Thank you,
have.
Call us
Max.
again.
I'm dead.
I have to do it.
I have no
Oh,
idea.
there's one. She's one. Zarya one.
They're all one.
They're all very low.
We have a shatter. We have a shatter coming out of spawn, but it's not even time. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should have my barrage second earlier. We
Yeah,
could have actually won
um,
that.
Yeah, we were too quick to engage on them on that last phase. Cause I
Do you want to play it out or go
the doors
next?
and they were already EMPing on us. I'm down for whatever.
Usually, Scrim usually go next.
Go next.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
next.
we'll just go next.
not respond.
Alright, so that's the end of first map. Overall, again, I would actually probably say this performance by the Sombra was worse, but as a team, it's the same average performance that I basically gave them last time. I'm actually gonna give them a 6 out of 10 rather this time, just because it's
Going next.
there's just so many there's so many not unnecessary errors, but just yikes, just looking at all of this. Alright, what map? Ilios is gonna be a good one.
Post-fight stage by amping after them with your speed and calling that.
Okay.
Okay.
Boostio, get the fuck out.
Alrighty.
We're good?
Where are we?
Okay.
So you're farming Sombra Genji until your teamwork gets better.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm also going to start talking during the scrim block.
Okay.
Sure.
do Lighthouse.
Forward, right?
Go away, Boostio.
We'll be doing Sanford.
Okay.
Okay. We'll be
Read the
doing.
jabs again.
Well, we have the damage covered. We'll be doing Winston Diva. A little more robust, and then no fire means no mercy. So we'll be doing.
You
these,
guys are actually.
Hell yeah.
Okay, okay.
Pop a PK.
God damn it, Jane.
You guys are actually prime subbing. That's hilarious. I love you all.
All right. Assuming that if they have a Pharah, it's gonna be to our advantage to win these fights like fucking fast. Like.
Alright, well, funny they say that because they do. Alright, looking at the matchups. I mean, they're immediate, I guess, what they're supposed to do, or at least what Jane told them to do, is to go Genji Sombra until the teamwork gets better, which is understandable. Another team comp plays very around corners.
Like Rapido.
Farah and
Hands up,
Mercy
one
are both viable dive targets if you land a hack on them.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha.
That
You
is
call that out.
Yeah, I got it.
truth.
And in general though, if they have like a
Holy
solo flanker
fuck.
trying to get our backline, Fogi, I'll kind of leave you to handle that. But if you're getting overwhelmed, just shout it out and I'll try to come back.
Boostio,
But in
you
general,
should have done this on
I'm
your
trying
own
to
stream.
Help Winston go win.
Alright.
No, fuck. Boostio
And,
doesn't deserve
we
shit.
don't really have a character that can take super good advantage of the high ground, so we can go up this right side here and try to get on someone quick.
Yeah, so just play
Okay.
fucking
My
corners.
stream, idiot.
Yeah, they're coming through. They
Boosters
have
too.
Ryan, Zarya. Somewhere to go. They're going to go to point with Lucio.
Pharmacy.
Mid
You
point
can
right now.
just dive to Lucio and hack him in there.
I'm on Ryan right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I got.
That
Oh,
wasn't
Genji
a
did
dive.
And
Zarya?
I'm getting the timer out.
Your own stream.
Help Winston go win.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna do this.
And we don't really have a character that can take super good advantage of the high ground, so we can
Fuck
go up this right
off!
side here and try to get on someone
Come on.
quick.
Alright. Goddamn.
And
Alright,
we don't
I
really
got
have
the
a character that
fucking-
can take super good advantage of the high grounds.
Alright, so Sombra starts out
Right
invisible.
side here to try to get on someone quick.
I feel like
Okay.
I'm timing a
Yeah, they're
goddamn
coming through. They
relay.
have Ryan, Zarya.
Alright,
Somewhere to go. They're going
so
to go to point with Lucio.
Pharmacy.
so
Good
they
morning now.
Dive to
do.
Lucio and hack him in there.
I'm on Ryan right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I got.
No.
Alright. That was 20 seconds in stealth. Like, obviously, Sombras are made to shot call, or not shot call, but to scout. That's the primary use, so people can get the quote-unquote perfect dive in. That's all fine and dandy, but holy shit, if you are in stealth for 20 seconds and you call out their comp that they're running Ryan Zarya, and then I don't even know what else he called, but it's just
Genji
annoying.
dive, you actually
Genji,
have to
Genji.
stage the dive and then dive the target.
Genji low.
Speeding?
Hacking Genji. Genji act.
Yeah, that's what
Lucio.
Sombra's
Lucio's half.
supposed to do.
Lucio's low.
Sombra teleported away outside the fight.
Fire's pushing us in the back line.
I did.
Speeding is up. Okay.
Okay, so you have to stage a dive before you initiate it. Don't poke. There is no poke phase. So sit in a
Okay.
place where your Winston and Diva can dive. Wait until Iceman communicates a target. Even if it's a Lucio, you can hack him while the Winston is in travel to that. But seriously, just sit in a location where you can dive somewhere on the map. Wait for Iceman's call. Dive together, decloak, hack, kill.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Genji up top on the high ground. Lucio is mid to point near the.
But seriously,
And am I actually gonna have to keep getting the fucking
Alright,
timer
chance?
out?
and then dive the
Yeah.
target.
Genji. Pharmacy.
Hacking Genji. Genji act.
Where?
Lucio. Lucio's half.
Fuck!
Lucio's low.
Hold on.
And we don't really have a character that can take super good advantage of the high ground, so we can go up this right side here and try to get on someone quick.
Alright, get in the stopwatch out.
Yeah, they're coming through. They have Ryan, Zarya. Oh, there goes. They're gonna go to point with Lucio.
Pharmacy.
Mid
You
point
can
right now.
just dive for Lucio and hack him in there.
I'm on Ryan right now.
Again, Lucio's a super good target
You
to
actually
hack.
stage the dive and then dive the target.
Genji low.
Speeding.
Hacking Genji. Genji hack.
Where?
Lucio.
Yeah, that's what it's another thing. The Sombra calls out who's hacked, doesn't say where they are. You can see, I believe the monkey ask, you know, where he was hacked at, but of course he's not gonna get any comms. So I believe
Lucio's half.
No,
Lucio's.
that's where the Sombra
Hello?
is.
I'm backing out.
Fire's pushing us in the back line.
I did.
And the timer is started.
Okay, so you have to stage a dive before you initiate it. Don't poke. There is no poke phase. So sit in a place where your Winston and Diva can dive. Wait until Iceman communicates a target. Even if it's a Lucio, you can hack him while the Winston is in travel to that. But seriously, just sit in a location where you can dive somewhere on the map. Wait for Iceman's call. Dive together, decloak, hack, kill.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Genji up top on the high ground. Lucio is mid point near the statue. And Ryan Zarya choke. Zarya's going to Mega. He's scanning for me.
I can handle Winston.
Lucio's behind Ryan right now near the center statue.
Find us a target.
Alright. Lucio behind center statue. Ready? 3, 2,
Alright.
1.
Going.
Speeding.
On him.
Left side, left side, left side.
Lucio.
He's in point.
Alright,
Center
hold
statue.
on one more time.
Alright. Lucio behind center statue. Ready? 3, 2,
I didn't exactly get to see when he
On him.
Left side, left side, left side.
Lucio.
He's in
Follow
point.
him into
Lucio on
when
point.
he
There's one.
uncloaked or got out of stealth. But I timed 42 seconds of nothing. Which I'm not saying you have to be like a constant, either like a constant scout or you have to be constantly poking. It's just Overwatch is a game where every second matters. And it always will matter. But if you are not going to take advantage of Sombra's ability to get in and get out with ease, why are you playing her? It's
Where?
and as Jane said, literally preemptively to the game, basically hinting that Pharah and Mercy are both very good hack targets. He's hacked Genji and he's hacked Lucio. 2 team fights in. He's got 2 people hacked. But what I would like to see is I would like to see him call out a dive on the Pharah and at least once and hack her out of the sky. Try to have his team dive him as best they can.
Zarya on point. Very low.
Healing on point. Healing on point.
We're getting
Lucio
there,
on
chat.
point.
We're getting
Lucio,
there.
Keep going. I'm dead.
Right side, right side.
Set that point.
Ryan low.
Speeding.
I see
Speeding.
Outside of
Speeding.
point.
Ryan Shadow.
Nice.
Mercy axe.
Keep calling.
He's gonna have map. Alright, good point.
Nice,
Okay.
we got it.
First behind, first behind.
Where?
Fair.
He's on point.
Point.
Speeding. Okay.
Alright.
I don't know how
Every
they
time
even
we
won
get
that
it.
fight. I honestly I zoned out.
I'm gonna go taxi.
You have to get on it back first though.
Wait, we
Yeah.
don't have a
Don't
full
engage, don't engage.
And
Decide where
Don't
you're
have
staging.
a-
Decide where you're staging.
Here, I'm up here. I'm with Mark.
Okay.
I'm this
Speeding
side
pattern.
here.
If they're staging,
Oh,
just
yeah,
right
we-
there.
yeah, here comes the Sombra. See
Hold
if
on.
Sombra
Okay, we're
Over
ready.
here.
if Sombra is playing with her team right now, and like obviously they're playing her as a scout, you know, can play as such, but if he was with his team, hack the Pharah, you know, do the boom. Just look at that death trap that the Pharah would fall into. And if the Mercy isn't good, or accidentally uses her Guardian Angel to the Pharah, since she's pocketing her, it could very well be just the end of that Pharah Mercy.
EMP blade this way?
Swing pressure by Genji in the back.
Well, that's unlucky.
Okay, where are we?
Again, you don't need to combo every single ult ever. I don't
We
even
don't have.
know.
It's not. Cannot save dive either.
I don't even know how the Sombra
Hit the
died.
Genji.
Or I don't even know how the Sombra
Sorry.
died. Not dived.
On Lucio.
Unfortunate.
I can stall the primal. Okay, never mind.
Anti on Ryan.
Okay, get the Ryan.
As slow as long as possible.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, why would they EMP Blade? They have EMP Bomb. That EMP Bomb is such a good ultimate combination in this current stage. It's always been a good one, especially on even game modes like Total Mayhem. That is what wipes comps or wipes teams. So I would like to see them EMP Bomb to initiate. Use Monkey Ult if they need to contest, and then Nano Blade. If they don't, I'm gonna be quite peeved.
While you're staging this next dive, Iceman, just remember that Zarya can be a viable dive target. She's only 400 HP, nice hitbox, no armor.
Alright, Lucio's near their Mega. He's kind of inside the house right now. Both tanks are still in courtyard near statue.
We can't dive that far right now.
Just give
Yeah,
us
you
one.
can actually dive the Zarya too. She's sitting in the middle of the point.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
looking cool now. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Speeding.
He's on point.
Zarya on point, Zarya on point, Zarya on point. Zarya, Zarya.
She has grab,
Right, no charge.
Zarya, Zarya, Zarya on point.
Dead.
Nice.
Ryan, if you can.
Sorry.
Lucio. Nice. Mercy on outside of point. Mercy outside of point.
Yeah, seriously, on point now.
Mercy. Genji now, Genji.
Genji.
Genji on point, Genji on point.
Oh, he's not.
Don't let him down.
Unfortunate.
Alright, put 2. Garza outside the point.
Holy
I thought we won that.
shit.
That's why I
I
didn't
could,
primal.
I could boost Dio in there.
Holy shit.
No,
Oh.
we can primal.
Oh, okay, touch. They're making.
I want to watch that back.
Sorry.
Alright,
Ready?
so
2,
they
1.
Speeding.
He's on point.
Zarya on point, Zarya on point, Zarya on point.
so they don't
Zarya, Zarya.
combo
Right, no charge.
EMP Bomb, which is unfortunate.
Zarya on point.
Dead.
I want to see this
Nice.
EMP.
Ryan, if you can.
Alright, so the sound barrier already comes out. The sound barrier already comes out, but then EMP comes out. Basically, I believe this is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is an EMP onto only the Reinhardt. The Lucio, if you're lucky. But
Lucio. Nice.
just excuse me. Just want to point out
2, 1.
Speeding.
He's on point.
there's so many options to take this fight that aren't both of your DPS ults. There's EMP Bomb, as I said. There's Nano Blade, which they still didn't do for some reason. There's Nano Monkey. There's just so, you have 6 ultimates basically. Obviously the Lucio doesn't get it enough to get it out or to get sound barrier in this fight, and is one of the first to drop, I believe. But
Zarya on point, Zarya on point, Zarya on point. Zarya.
She has grab.
Right, no charge.
Zarya on point.
Dead.
Nice.
Ryan, if you can.
this was not.
Lucio. Nice. Mercy on outside of point. Mercy outside of point.
Yeah, seriously, on point now.
Mercy. Genji now, Genji.
Genji.
Genji on point, Genji on point.
Oh, he's not.
Don't let him down.
Unfortunate.
Ryan, put 2.
Yeah, their team just got fucking run by that Genji, actually.
Garza outside the point.
Oh, I thought we won that.
Just
That's why I didn't
I
primal.
could
holy
boost Dio in there.
shit.
No, we
Oh.
can primal.
Oh, okay, touch. They're making.
What?
Give me bead. Oh my god.
Mercy on point, Mercy on point, Mercy on point.
What did I just
Mercy
do?
low on point, Mercy low on point.
There's 1.
Mercy outside of point low.
I see her. I'm purple rockets on her. I just go back.
Okay, good. It's already getting better. Iceman, your calls are better. In terms of like letting people know where people are with that scouting. Really, the initial scouting of like where people are is primarily used so that your actual your tanks can stage that dive wherever they need to be. You know, tanks on maps will normally kind of like get used to where the stage location is, and it depends on whatever you're doing at the time. But then just like say a character, say a location, give a countdown, and then dive that. And as soon as that dies, Winston, because you are the least mobile, you're the one who calls the target after that. So the second target is called by Winston, and then the target thereafter, unless like a big opportunity is seen. But take it slow. It doesn't matter if you win. Stage, scout, stage, dive.
The thing that I wanted to, and this is such a hard thing to, I guess, prevent, because you couldn't have expected their Genji to pop off like that, which I don't even know what happened there, but holy shit, he popped off. Anyways, you can't expect that, but once it happens, and I hope that they do this going forward, that they see that and they recognize the talent that guy alone has and how much carry potential he has, and that they take that and they attempt to shut it down as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah, I'm going right side.
And Hanzo, by the way.
Remember, no poke.
McCree, Rissa Hog. See what their supports are. Luciana.
Ooh.
If they're playing no
Crazy
poke
back
and the
hit.
Sombra's
Normal
doing
hit
a
shot.
decent
Back out, we don't
job,
wanna
he's
be
still
idiot.
wasting a lot of time in stealth. Like, what are you doing in this area?
Poking for me. They're still in
You
the same
don't.
place.
That's not
No
good
more
for
Rissa spot.
scouting. You don't
Somebody might
have
be top on
high
Lighthouse,
ground.
I'm
You
not sure.
can't see anything. They're all grouped
Okay,
up.
I'm in
There's
position.
it's not,
nothing
there's
that
all-
you're scouting.
Give me a second.
Back.
Yeah, give me a second too.
Well, they just gave
I'm
him
ready,
point
Jesse.
in it.
1 second too. Okay, I'm rotating around the back. Spamming for me. Ready? I'm on McCree.
Hanzo's
3,
sitting top left on
2,
Lighthouse.
1. Back in the
Meeting.
normal spot.
I see him.
Cree.
Unfortunate.
Cree still. Cree on point. Cree on point. Get the Ana.
They're all
Ana and
here,
mini.
now.
Ana and mini. Ana one. Ana
They
dead.
should just back out.
Hanzo now. Hanzo. Hanzo half. Hanzo low.
Good. That was good. Do it again.
Hey, die.
I have to
We go
go
again?
game after this. I keep studying.
Try again.
Two things that happened. The Swift Strike was late, and the
They're
Diva,
still in the
you need
same
to make
spot.
sure
They're
that you're...
spamming for me around the edges.
Oh, I was muted.
Yeah, it looks like Hanzo's top.
I'll tell them next fight.
So I don't know what he's gonna say about the Diva play, because I didn't necessarily catch everything, but what I did see, I've been watching the DPS more than anything, and the thing that I saw about the Sombra stayed in the same spot and never swapped positions, never changed positions, and just stayed in this same little corridor, in this same little area. And as soon as he got out of stealth, he immediately got hooked and one-shotted.
I
He
go
couldn't
left
have
side,
expected
they're standing right
anything
for me.
else staying in the
I'm in
same
position.
area.
Yeah, give me a second to get
Yeah,
around the back.
Hanzo's still top left on Lighthouse. I think he just.
Eyes back in the house near Mini with the McCree.
No,
Try to have
I'm
the
ready.
McCree.
I'm ready.
Right now.
Study.
Close
Three.
range.
Left side.
2, 1. He's in near the house.
Cree.
Right side,
Hogs
right
in.
side house.
Eyes
What?
Mini.
Hanzo
Ana,
left side
Ana
of
low.
house. Hanzo
Ana,
behind you,
Ana.
left side.
Dead.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
McCree.
Where?
We're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, a new thing that I want to bring up, and I brought this up about one of the people, but I want to start bringing it up about all of them. Sorry, Boostio, just annoying ass fucking. But just they aren't calling position, and they're only calling players, which obviously in a coordinated dive you're gonna call out the one target, call out where they're at, dive them. But afterwards, if a target gets dove, especially because their Lucio is doing a phenomenal job, which you know, it might not like seem like it since he hasn't even got his sound barrier up, but and I'm referring to the enemy team's Lucio, but the enemy team's Lucio, if you watch that that last dive back, the McCree gets dove and the Lucio saves him and speeds him out of that scenario, excuse me, instantly.
McCree?
Where?
See, it's always this one guy. He's always asking where, but never gets a response. And it's always just like, you know, can we focus McCree? Can we focus Hanzo? Can we focus Anna? And then he'll just say where, and then there's just a sigh from the team because they don't have an answer for that, or they're just not saying it. And
okay, so a couple things here. Winston, you had to use your bubble to block the hook, which means you had to dive without it. Don't ever dive without your full cooldown set, okay? If you get a cooldown forced out of you, let people know so that you wait. Second of all, the main cooldown that you have to defense matrix against an Ana is the biotic nade. Make sure you defense matrix in during the dive.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Alright, Dragon come down main.
Hanzo one behind shield, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, he's hacked.
Hog behind.
Hanzo.
Dead.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's bad for me.
Very.
It's fine. We're gonna get this. You're always gonna struggle with when we're introducing new concepts. So it is better. It's getting better, and that was probably the hardest map for you to possibly try and do this on.
I think we're calling like target, but then we're not saying when we're going.
Yeah, so there's like the timing of it also really needs to improve.
Yeah, they do. They call targets a lot.
I mean, as long as if after your initial
call,
initial call, you see something else, I guess call.
Yeah.
No, I mean like for the first one, like he's saying like, what are we saying?
It's like the countdown for the first one. We're actually going in, like the 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just try to.
Yeah, and just keep calling it.
Yeah, you can be a little more sprightly with it too. It doesn't have to be in slow motion.
Yeah.
Alright. So they're obviously coming out with the same comp. The problem on this map is they have little to nothing to even step foot with their Widow, unless they make a coordinated dive on her, or Genji goes off on his own in 1v1s, which I just, if I had to make an assumption, he loses that fight like 60-70% of the time is just what I'm gonna say. They need to as soon as they can, they need to call out that the fucking God himself is on Genji again, so that they can obviously know to focus him down and know that the Genji would be the possible carry of this match, and the one that needs to be focused, needs to be dealt with, and needs to be scrapped away as soon as possible.
And you want to play all 3 maps?
Yeah, Widow, watch out.
Hey, Widow, Ryan.
Yes, you do.
So we just get past this run.
Anna's on point, like cross section. She's next to the Ryan right now.
Okay.
Brigade, they have Brigade as well.
Wait, no.
Actually, Anna's on the cubby. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Feeding. Anna?
Super early dive from the Diva. Look how early this is. Why? Just look at where Diva is compared to everyone else.
One.
Feeding. Anna?
Genji one. You're dead. Ryan?
Hack, copy.
Get the Ana.
Again, no one touching the
Anything else?
Widow, like I said.
The Ana is still alive.
Finally.
Where's their Widow? Yeah. Probably internet.
Oof.
Yeah.
Widow's on fire now with their both turns there.
And I honestly couldn't tell if Sombra came out of fucking stealth or not. But now the Sombra is gonna get completely fucked over.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
She's a side step.
They might push up.
Not even unfortunate. That's just dumb play.
Probably the next 5 seconds.
They're off now.
Waiting for us.
I'm sorry to say, but it is.
Let me go in and get a target.
They're pushing.
Yeah, they're tanks are pushed up like I play Zarya.
Okay.
I want to talk and have a firm conversation with this Sombra player. This guy runs the same routes over and over. You can't run the same routes if they've already found you once.
Give me 1
good.
second.
Okay, we're going.
Pushing up to a little bit.
Okay.
Then Widow, Widow.
Zarya, Ana, and Widow's on Mega. Ana's on Widow, or Brigida and Ana are both on Mega.
Okay.
Ready to go on
Who are we
Ana?
going after?
Ana.
Yeah.
Ana and your
ready.
Mega.
There.
3,
Yeah.
2,
Beating.
1.
Go.
Ana hacked.
She's on point now.
Point now, point now. Dead.
Speeding you
We're
up.
on
Go,
him.
go, go.
Rig on point,
Next
rig on
target,
point.
next target.
Healing.
Where?
On Zarya right now.
Right on point, right on point.
What was that, monkey? Oh my god.
Point now. Dead.
Speeding you
We're
up.
on
Go,
him.
go, go.
Monkey jumped and was lost.
Where?
On Zarya right now.
Right on point, right on point.
Hacked.
Run low.
Better.
Genji if you can.
Hold on, let me hear what the call was.
Speeding you
We're
up.
on
Go,
him.
go, go.
Rig on point,
Next
rig on
target.
point.
Next target.
Healing.
Where?
On Zarya.
Another scenario. Oh wait, no, never mind. They did actually say Brig on point, but Brig died, and Monkey jumped,
Right now?
and you just see him flailing around. He doesn't know where to go.
Right on point, right on point.
Hacked.
Run low.
Better.
Genji if you can.
That
Anything
is
else?
We're getting better.
that's a nice.
Widow's
Alright,
on
let
point.
me-
Widow's dead. Genji on Mega.
Widow still not being contested.
Genji.
We'll get it.
I swear to God, if the Genji pulled some shit out of his
play him.
pants and
Natalie?
fucking destroyed
Let's try
them
an
all,
airbot here. We'll use,
I would have been
Giveaway.
so happy.
They're gonna have-
Kinda,
they're
not
gonna be able to
really.
they're gonna be able to recontest with their grav.
Okay.
So try to play
Now
split.
play first. I'm gonna just dash up over this box, okay? Now tell me when I can. Tell me
On
when I
that
can do
side,
it.
Ren's on the right side. They're pushing right.
They're nano blading.
Pushing right.
They're even
Yeah.
scouting now.
On
They're
defense
there.
too.
Widow's
Easy,
outside.
easy,
With,
easy.
Ana and Widow and Mega.
Yeah, they're on
Your
me.
Winston
Ana,
stage.
Widow.
No jump on
Right
her.
now.
Okay.
I'm poking him right now.
Run him. Zarya, right side. Speeding.
On a
Widow's
small
on Mega.
room.
Widow on their Mega. They're Mega.
Okay,
Oh,
run
alright,
into
alright.
your-
That was
On
their
Mega, on
team.
Mega.
I was about to say, did
Widow
they
back
One
to
with
the left
Nano
side of
Blade.
spawn.
That would
nano
Yeah.
blade the
Yeah.
nano?
You can just do an EMP dive here and shoot about those as
Yeah.
well.
Call that shit
I'm at
fast, bro.
Beatson.
And
Ask permission.
they
On
didn't
target,
use
call.
EMP. Fucking bless.
They're gonna have their
Holy
blade.
shit.
Throw them back. You don't need me if we
Sights
don't
up.
need
We
me.
have to wait at the sights because I won't be able to figure anything out.
Where's Ice? Why isn't he
What are we
behind?
using?
Try to see which way
Ice,
they
why
push.
aren't you
Genji,
scanning?
Genji. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what Ice is doing. I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know
How
what
many
he's been
EMPs,
doing all
bro?
game.
Okay.
All series, all fucking screen.
Do one on point MP.
Widow not contested again.
Zarya's half,
Taking
Zarya's
out the
half,
fucking
I shouldn't have pushed so far.
Run on point. Run on point. Run on point's one. Dead.
one.
Genji on point.
Immediately.
Genji,
Now
Genji,
look
Genji.
how spread out their team is. Look how spread out their team is. I don't like fuck the fact that they won. DPS on point. Fucking tanks pushed to their spawn. Diva's one shot, and you know they're all like hurt pretty fucking badly. And guess what their healers are? Fucking in spawn. Just
Okay, when you're on the defense, you still need to be scouting them as they're walking out to you. You were sitting on the point cloaked. Okay, follow them out behind them while you're invisible, and you still want to engage on them even though you're on the defense. Okay.
alright. Acknowledge Tracer.
Alright, I might bomb here. That's about it.
They switched Tracer, no Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming in through main right
I don't know why they got out.
They got a mercy
Okay,
instead
maybe
of
we'll
What?
let
It was working.
Their choice is gonna push you.
Mercy's
Tracer
next,
right.
next to the
Genji.
Brigida. Ready? 3, 2, 1, on. Zarya
Anything else?
near the
Anything else?
grab. Zarya near the grab.
Bring no shield on point.
Trace army?
We're getting out.
Speeding out?
I have nano again.
I agree.
We're gonna have
Okay.
a nano blade.
Okay, round is on point. They're just holding round point right now. There's our set of point. I got detected by Brig.
Okay.
Me still have to get back.
You don't need to tell us where like everybody is. Just like.
Oh, I don't have blade yet. I don't have blade yet.
Yeah, I'm good. I
Purple,
don't know.
yeah.
No, I'm at 98. Okay, I got it.
Okay, they're pushing up.
They're in
They
the
shot
shadow.
her.
Mercy on right side, Mercy on right side.
Down me if you can. Down me if you can.
Where we
Speeding,
at?
speeding. Tracer bound on a.
Touching
me?
point.
Back it. I want to do it before
Tell us
I.
where like everybody is. Just like.
Oh, I don't have blade yet.
I need to bring it up before I get into the
Yeah,
whole
I'm good.
Purple,
I don't know.
dissection
I'm at
of the
98.
fucking team fight.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, they're pushing up.
They're in
They
the
shot
shadow.
her.
Mercy on right side, Mercy on right.
As I brought up yesterday, this is a good pin. This is an example of a good pin.
Down me if you can. Down me.
Shatters doesn't get greedy. I believe he sends a fire strike.
I don't have blade yet.
I believe he
Yeah,
sends a
but-
fire strike
no,
in
no,
after
I'm
he
at
shatters,
98.
which is
Yeah,
huge.
I got it.
Okay, they're pushing up.
They're in
They
the
shot
shadow.
her.
Mercy on
Yeah,
right
he
side, Mercy on
fire
right side.
strikes, doesn't get greedy, and charge right into the center of him. Which, if you don't have context, that's what my boy Marky Mark did with a 5-man shatter in Blizzard World, map 1.
Down me if you can. Down me if you can.
That is a good
Speeding,
Reinhardt play.
Tracer bound on a.
Touching
me?
point, it's fine. I'm
Any
almost
else?
capped
Any
there.
else?
Mercy on point,
Good
Mercy on point.
nano blade.
Mercy one, Mercy
Good
one,
nano
Mercy one,
blade.
Mercy one. Break on point, break on point.
Holy shit, these cunts
I'll be able
can
to
clean
touch.
up.
Dead.
And here
Break on point
comes
slow.
Sombra feeding lit.
A little better.
Okay, it went a little bit better. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that we need to introduce here. So even on the defense, you want to be engaging on the people who are attacking into you. And one of the best ways that you can do this, which is usually going to be happening like outside of a scrim block or anything like that, but when somebody is transitioning between their spawn and the point, at some point they're going to have to transition through an area which makes them vulnerable, and you call this either the kill zone or the kill box. And your Sombra can follow the opposing team or just sit in an area near this kill zone, call when they go through that area, and then dive onto it. So your Sombra doesn't have to like do anything. Like you identify, for example.
Alright, so hold on. Alright. So overall performance in that map in Ilios, it was better. I would probably say back up to like a 7.5. Still do need to worry, or not worry, but they need to they need to focus on better comms, correct comms, all that sorts of things. Oh, I've been alive for a fucking hour and a half. Alright, so I'm gonna power through this. I'm gonna actually finish the next map, and then after the next map I'm gonna be done, and that'll be today's stream. So
On Oasis, you know Oasis City Center. You know how there's the point with like the gazebo or whatnot in the very center of it.
yeah,
And then there's two main arches, one of which teams usually use to transition through to get to the point. Underneath that arch
Oasis.
there is usually a kill zone, because they have to transition through it. It breaks their lines of sight. Okay, let's go.
Alright, so I told him
Let's
Oasis.
go, gamers.
R.
Hell yeah, gamers,
Transition
let's
buffers.
get it.
Oh, also before I forget, Jane, in the
Also,
middle
how
of
you
the
doing, Arrow?
fight, do I still target call, or is that still gonna be on our Sombra?
So the Sombra is what's scouting the initial, but then usually, and you can have this is like, you know, add flavor to spice. So this can be like your team specific thing. But there's two people that normally target call during chaotic fights. It's either the least mobile target, which is either a Reinhardt or a Brigitte, or in the case of dive, it's a Winston who's already used their jump. Second thing that we'll do dive target is anybody who sees an opportunity, like an Ana who's used both their cooldowns in half. That's a great thing to call. So it's either if anybody sees an opportunity for an easy frag, you call that out. If not, you wait to see what your least mobile target or least mobile ally calls.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's kind of different from our usual mojo because we've kind of had in the past where Mark will call it, and instead of ice, so we're just.
Real quick promotion. I'm gonna be uploading all these to YouTube soon. Hopefully. I kinda wanna die because of how long the upload time is gonna be. Just saying.
Yep,
Alright, so still running same comp. Torb Tracer, what a time to be alive.
How you doing, Shane? Good to see you.
So is Toxic
Lauren.
going
I'll take
Lucio?
it.
Alright. So this is back to their old... I'm gonna call this comp for them old
Okay.
reliable because they keep running it.
I have no skins. Come on.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're on a small shot.
Alright.
Fucking Arrow.
God damn it.
I love you, Aaron.
Alright, let's go.
See, Arrow is chill. Bustio just wants attention. Fuck Arrow.
Right.
Or not fuck Arrow. Fucking Bustio.
Yeah, I'll be left.
I don't see them yet. Right side, they have Brigitte. They're playing like a closing comp.
That's a great
Ana?
stage location. Where's ours?
Okay,
Ooh,
Ana's in the
perfect.
back, like right directly in the middle of the pathway. She's on the stairs right now.
I see her.
Left
we're
side,
ready.
left of the stairs. Ready? 3, 2,
I don't know, sleep.
1.
Murder her, please,
Umber-
please.
Honor.
Aw, she landed the biotic, that sucks.
She's low, she's low.
Big anti on tanks. Big anti on tanks.
Reloading.
On
Reloading.
Brigitte.
Just cap.
I'm gonna
Just
back
cap.
We lost
Ugh.
get through here.
Zari's half.
So
Yeah, mine's
They
Zarya.
had
Zarya's very
so
low.
much time to cap, actually.
Nope, you stay on this. Just eat their biotic next time. Seriously, like the Ana will reflexively, like they will use their cooldowns to try and stop the dive. So make sure you're just right-clicking her face.
Okay.
Make it out there first.
I've never seen so many people go down on an old woman all at once.
Kind of fan out left side. They'll probably try to wall
Unfortunate.
Yeah, go. I'm going right foot. I got detected for a second. I'll make it back to myself.
There is nothing you can really do
Letting
about
us take
that,
Some front space a little
just
bit.
because
believe
of
Ana and
how
Lucio are on point
much,
with a Mei.
especially
They're, like, near the
this
center.
team, are
They're just near the center right now. Left side,
destroying their...
particular, our left side. Lucio's here.
Ana.
I'm ready.
Takes are backing up to the right. They're backing up to the right.
Okay.
Ana's on the stairs, same
Alright,
place
then.
as she was last time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? 3, 2.
Oh, they're there.
Speeding.
Ana.
Ana?
Sleep.
Oh, you
Walled out,
walled.
walled out. Healer's walled out.
I don't want
Ana's dead.
Yeah,
Right on
ready?
point, right on point, right on point, right on point.
He's nano.
He's active. One right.
What is the Sombra doing? This Sombra needs to pick up playstyle and stick with it. He's pissing me off, actually. He is like, he's sitting behind him for 30 minutes talking about, you know, where exactly everyone is, where they're moving, where they're gonna be in the future. And then comes back over here to do something and plays passively with the fucking support.
Right?
I don't know, dude. It's a lost
Got the
fight.
end.
Get out.
We have Nano Blade for next fight.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get behind that right room.
Yeah, the Ana was like ended up on point.
A
but
scan
Ana
from me on
got
right side. Brig is near our mini, and she's back up now. Tanks are pushed forward with a May and a Zarya. Anna's up
Paddock
point
is
with
the
Lucio.
trial player, yes.
Holy shit.
Keep pushing a little bit. If they give you space, I'll tell you where that one goes. She's middle of point right now, though.
Alright.
Near the gazebo.
Pushing.
Backing
Yeah,
up,
I
same
see.
place.
This song just pisses me off.
push.
Alright, so thinking about this, and I've actually seen it done a lot. I've seen nanoblades get grabbed and nanoblades get shattered, obviously, but they have very, very defensive ultimates for nanoblade. EMP shuts all that down, especially with the 3 major ults that can just completely fuck over nanoblade, all being grouped together. That would be a huge EMP. And just like side note real quick, for Sombra players that don't know how to tell, I guess, EMP, and like how many people you get in it, all that, the main indicator, which I wish I could show you, but I don't want to risk my computer fucking up because I've got a lot of footage just from this stream. So I will say, if you want to know, every hack you get is it's 25 points to your on fire meter, which is it'll come up with a little marker and it'll say 25. So that actually multiplies per person that you get in your EMP. So let's say you're pushing and you get 5 people in an EMP. If you look and you see 125, you will be able to call out to your team, more specifically, I got 5, which is so much better, I would say, when you're going, instead of just saying like I'm going and then you're done with comms, except for like calling out who you're focusing. Just a little side note.
They're I'm still middle of point. I guess we can dive right
I know
now.
what we're doing. I'm out of that point.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. I'm middle of point.
Speeding.
Oh, no. I know one dead. Brig on point, brig on point, brig on point.
Break on point.
Huge.
Maybe
Maybe I.
No, shoot. No wall.
Sorry.
They
Zarya on point.
got nothing
May hack the
out
point.
of
May
that.
actually low.
They got actually
Reinhardt,
nothing out of that nanoblade.
Break on point.
We can dive
I
right
know what
now.
we're doing. I'm out
They
of
got
that
a dash and a kill
3,
on the
2,
fucking
1. I'm middle of
Lucio.
point.
Speeding.
Oh, no. I know one dead. Brig on point, brig on point, brig on point.
Break on point.
Maybe I.
No, shoot. No wall.
Zarya on point.
I just don't think they
May
needed
hack the
that
point.
there,
Killer, she has low.
if I'm honest.
Reinhardt.
Run on point.
But it's whatever. No one's focusing on
Okay,
it.
get to the high ground and set up for that kill box that I talked about.
Easy.
Genji, you can poke from a side if you need to. But yeah, pretty much as soon as they walk under that arch, Sombra call a target and call the timing.
Where's our?
Yeah.
We can do
Potentially EMP bomb. Yeah. Alright, I'm watching for the EMP. Or for the
Alright, EMP bomb.
Side
They're
location.
finally fucking doing it.
pushing in right about
Call it.
now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god, no. You can do EMP bomb, and EMP bomb is super strong, but you have to think, and you have to be logical. There's so many ways that this can be escaped. So, with this trajectory, I'm gonna be super fucking sciencey real quick. And this is obviously just gonna be me guessing. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna go around here. So there's obviously Ryan shield that can block it, which EMP isn't gonna, it'll just shut it down. No need for all that. Not to mention, the Sombra's fucking one shot with the fucking Zarya going after her, if she doesn't die here, I'll be surprised. But this was very preemptive, very it wasn't very well communicated. You have to wait until a push is committed to do a EMP bomb. Cause watch how this plays out.
I got stunned up.
Ana.
That was
Spinning it.
all. If that would have gotten anyone, that would have been because of the Winston. Because of the Winston.
And right about.
Did
now,
he
now.
even?
3, 2, 1. I got stunned up.
Ana.
What'd I say? He didn't even get it off.
Spinning it. Fuck.
I'm just gonna.
Now, granted, they did use 2 support ultimates and Mail, which is huge for their team. But at the same time,
They wanted to EMP bomb, but they just bombed. And they still have EMP. Good news, they have, no, bad news, they're out of
I'm on
time.
Ana on point.
They're all anti.
Ana.
Big anti.
Which I don't- and I don't think Jane was watching the Sombra there. It was decently communicated. I believe Sombra was the one that was telling them to go, and was telling him to go. It's just that he simply was not able to get it off, especially because of the brig. I'm actually surprised he wasn't like in the middle of casting it and died. But whatever.
I'm calling the grab.
Keep calling, I'm dead.
3, 2, 1.
Keep going.
I
Back to me again.
guess
Amazing.
better late than never.
Ours at the point.
Speeding.
An attempt was made.
Got better. It was just a miscommunication at the very end there. EMP bomb was called. So
You died. You died. Weren't able to get off the EMP.
I went in, and then I got stunned. I think Brigitte was swinging her flail around, and then I was too close to her because I was looking for the dive, and then
yeah, it's one of the reasons
fired
Brigitte and
just
McCree is
EMP.
both extremely good against this.
Yeah, so we couldn't get the
It's
EMP.
I
just
still
because they
had
can
it,
EMP
but
or stun you out of
like
it.
I went to EMP and I got stunned immediately before I could press the button.
I might actually have
Okay.
to
Just keep working on
to yoink this
It's getting
comp
better.
idea because it definitely looks strong.
There's a lot of lessons here that
I'm
can
gonna
apply
go,
to other
like,
comps, so
top,
just keep it
like
up.
I said left, because going bottom.
And this
can't
is
fix
very.
my
It
ability.
It looks very
It doesn't really matter
anti-Sombra.
If we know where you are, you just.
I know.
where
I'm
we're
just saying so you don't roll out in the same place and they spam me down. They spam me down as well, so I don't get detected early. They have a Zarya comp again. Same comp.
Same comps
Yeah,
for both
they're going to point.
sides.
Yeah, they're just a
So
point.
them go.
Tell me.
Anna is near the fountain in the middle of point. She's behind it.
Okay.
Our side of point. Our side of point. 3, 2, 1.
Speeding.
Honor.
That
Ana one.
She's one. Good deal.
She got brick packed.
So Anna.
Walled
Oh
out.
fuck, I got walled.
Healing. Yeah.
was just good
Keep calling if you
coordination.
can, I'm dead.
That's the last one.
What is Foggy doing during these fights?
Fucking
You're down point?
props
Yeah,
to
dude.
their May.
Okay.
But yeah, I wanted to
that's
to
awesome.
point that out too. That
Anna is near the fountain in the middle of point. She's behind it.
undoubtedly, like there's obviously the Moira jumps or whatever that are like they're starting to come like more and more apparent. But especially with ML7, if you've seen ML7, whew, ML7 on fucking Moira with them jumps, he is sick with them shits. But undoubtedly, Lucio is the quickest. I'm getting to you. I'm healing you up. I'm amping right now. Hero.
Okay. Our side of point.
So-
Our side of point. 3, 2, 1.
Paddock's already has like 20% ult charge before the fight starts,
Speeding.
which is
Honor.
huge.
Anna.
So Foggy comes in late.
Ana one.
She's one. Good deal.
She got brick packed.
So Anna.
Walled
Oh
out.
fuck,
walled
I
out.
got walled.
Healing. Yeah.
Why is he? I'm gonna say they because I don't know which one is the girl. but I'm pretty sure the girl is the Lucio. So I'm just gonna say she. But sorry to offend, you know, but you know, where you're leaving your team.
I don't want.
So Foggy jumps in, or at least attempts to jump in, gets smacked back, then just sits and amps, I believe, herself and Anna when they get walled off from the team, which is a good fair wall to the May. You know, good shit. And it's actually what kills the Winston here. But
She got brick packed.
but the only thing that I want to say is why, like, Anna's walled. Anna is fucked. There's like no way Anna can slip through that. But Lucio, it's like you're literally a wall jump away from helping your team. Both of your tanks are low. You're weak. Anna's weak. Literally, you could chill on top of Maywall and heal everyone.
Walled out.
Fuck, I got walled.
Healing. Yeah.
But instead, no, you're sat in the back.
Calling if you can, I'm dead.
That's the last
Why?
Foggy
It's like
can't
you
do these fights.
you have nowhere near as much ult percentage as you should.
Hey, down point.
Playing jazz music.
Jazz music feels good.
They're positioning up top right now. Ryan's in the front of high ground and Anna's just sitting in the back. They're kind of in a line.
Like upper or lower?
Upper. Yeah, upper. She's on their side in the stairway leading up to the high ground.
This gameplay is making
Top
me
of the stairway.
tired.
I'm gonna
Actually.
kind of rotate farther around.
Still sitting there.
Oh, you guys are gonna say, hold on, wait 1 second.
Let me know when you're ready.
Wait.
Mark and I are ready. I don't know if I'm...
Okay, I'm ready.
Semi, same place. Top of the stairs. 3, 2,
Ready?
1.
Speeding.
Honor.
Oh, that's what she's
Miller,
been
Miller.
saying. I didn't know if she was
On
saying
the ground
speeding.
We're all
Back
off.
in
But-
the back in the main, back in the main.
Why?
Middle point.
Why are you going around?
Honest half.
She's dead.
All right. Just
Miller.
all right.
I don't know if
I'm so
okay.
glad
Semi,
he's paying
on,
attention
same
to it.
place. Top of the stairs.
So you know,
3,
there's
2.
the 3 that he has in the aura, or she.
Honor.
All right, 4, 5, good. That's the spot you
ground
need
now.
to stay
Back
at.
in the- back in the main.
Instead,
Middle point.
1, 2,
She's dead.
1.
I'm gonna blame
Two.
Near the fountain.
You
Right
aren't
on point, right on point.
you aren't playing with the team. You can't run a dive like this if you're not diving with them.
I got frozen.
That's why the team is getting wiped as fast as they are and as quick as they are. They're all jumping in and getting shit fucking done. They could be running this team. It's just they don't have the heals. Anna gets walled off, and then instead of you literally just like jumping or wall jumping and then jumping to the thing in the middle, you instead take the long way around, wall jump 2 times that could have put you on top of the middle thing, but instead of you being on the middle thing, now you've just wasted time. Your tanks are hurt more. All that. It's just you gotta play with your team
I have
more.
EMP here. We can probably nano monkey just to build the ults again. EMP. They are pushed up towards their spawn. Ryan's holding choke right now. Anna's on the stairs leading back to point. Same place.
Okay.
Anna's near the mega room. She's in the doorway of the mega room on the point side.
They're gonna. be
Ready?
to all
3,
of us.
2, 1 on the
Speeding.
on
Honor. Dead.
May.
No, that's that's unfortunate.
Break.
Can't do that. Why are you away from your team?
Back on point. He has a little-
I can't get her.
You're only healing
On
monkey.
Lucio on point.
She's die right now.
Why are you speeding? Why are you speeding?
Sorry now, sorry. On point.
Call your amp. Call your amp.
Sorry.
Fucking amp, dude.
Camping heals. Where'd it
Alright.
go? Expect already.
So set up for your next dive. Foggy, you
Holy
don't have to amp
shit.
speed during the engages because both of your tanks can just use their mobility to get in. Try and be more in the fight though. You know your Anna's not going to have any flankers on her because she doesn't have any. There's no flankers in the game. So be more with the tanks, and
Yeah,
then if shit goes wrong, you can speed them
Bottom.
out.
Bottom right now.
They're
Bottom.
going bottom.
They're going
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Nice.
Anna. Nice hack
Getting it?
in the cubby on stairway.
I can't get to her.
That's the point now.
I didn't hear any even like
Nice,
a
nice.
call from there. Or their
calling.
main
I'm
tank's down.
I'm gonna try to hack her.
Unfortunate.
I almost have a blade.
Speeding.
Nice, Anti. There's at a point near fountain.
Maze on me, I'm gonna die.
Brick hacks.
Even out? Yeah, I am.
On my main point.
I'm blading.
Purple? Right
What are you doing, Sombra?
Hack, sorry, on point.
Okay, we've got the macro side of this stuff down, but I'm gonna start speccing individuals to see what kind of like micro adjustments I can do to make this work. But considering you're playing this against May Brigitte, which you would normally not, against something like this, you could play a much more longer range comp and still be successful. But for this next one, just Foggy, work on being more in with your tanks, because one of the things about Lucio is that you can get away with being a lot more aggressive. So definitely join the dive where you can.
Okay.
Just use normal speed, like a wall ride or a wall back.
Which is what I was trying to say. You can, like, people underestimate Lucio's survivability, Lucio's ability just to, get away, and his ability to, like, be with tanks as fast and as long as he can. And that's just something Foggy isn't doing. But Foggy can definitely be working.
Not to get in that fight, and then if shit goes wrong, like if you don't get that initial dive complete, then you can use amped speed to escape, or if it's staying in place, just amp heal in order to kind of.
Okay, so you use it less as an engage, more as a disengage?
Yeah, you can use it engage when you've got Ryan Zarya, but for like Winston
Yeah,
and
I
Diva
mean, for
use their
this
own
comp,
mobility. Yes, for this comp, you don't need it for engage.
Okay.
Where are you going?
And also, again, sorry for pausing sorely, but just another thing is Lucio and just healers in general, that, like, Lucio, I would say, as far as healing goes, his entire kit revolves around amp, which is probably going to be what I mean, that's obviously just an opinion thing, but if the Lucio is obviously only, like, already discussed that they were only amping to engage and not disengage, especially with this comp, that's already been brought up, but you need to be calling out your amps and calling out the cooldown on them, because every amp has, I believe, a 12-second cooldown, and the most, like, common ones whenever there's healing that's needed in the team, if you call out amp in 10 or amp in 5 or just amp in or amp in 12, amp in 4 million and 6, no one cares. Like, it is just crucial that you say how long you have on amp so people can know how much they can get away with without getting insanely punished. My bad.
Right side.
Alright, I'm just hanging up with this main choke point.
They're gonna play the similar comp, I think. Brigitte, May, the same comp.
Where are you going?
Anna's lagging
They're pushing really
their
good.
side of the stairs. Dive up on the stairs, their side of the stairs. Just one. Okay, one.
Right,
Let's do on point, let's do on point.
Coming in behind.
Sorry, Sack.
And that's
Sorry,
Sorry's low
another.
on point, sorry's low on point.
It's again just, why are you
Play open
speed
conservative.
boosting?
Looking for a hack. Hacking on break. First
Hitting
hack.
out.
Yeah, just hack this up.
Can't point pick
You
it.
are
Nice.
being, alright. So just going based off that first engage. Good engage. You were on the fucking... Why are you speeding the whole time? Just why? It doesn't make sense. Alright, anyways.
I hope I conservative.
Alright, still half.
Grandmaster, by the way.
Looking for a hack. Hacking on Brig. Brig's
Hitting out.
hacked.
Yeah, just hack that side.
Can't point if we can. Nice.
You hacked it?
Brig's hacked. She's very low.
Ryan's inside.
You're-
Oh, Ryan, could go for the swing. Go for the swing.
Like,
Yeah.
how many times are you gonna see that your diva's fucking critical and not go to help her? It isn't that difficult to stay near someone and just shoot and choke while you're sitting with healing up instead of doing nothing and having your speed up. Is that a difficult concept?
Ryan's hacked.
Again, you're not playing
Ryan,
with
maybe.
the diva. It's like if you see someone critical on Lucio, it is your civic fucking duty to go to speed, fucking Superman your ass over to that bitch, heal and amp. That is your job. And for Lucio players to not be able to see that is something else to me.
Speeding is.
So they kind of got caught.
Speeding,
on this
again.
poke phase.
Coming around.
They didn't do a reset.
Just
They got
help
caught in
your
a poke phase
fucking...
with a slower
Ugh.
Keep going, I'm dead.
I could rip this chick to pieces. Holy
Okay, so you
shit.
got caught in a poke phase with the slow comp, right? You've reset and you stage every single dive. You don't poke against slower compositions like this. Stage, pick a target, dive.
Okay.
Gotcha. Alright, I just call it.
Yeah, I'm going top right.
We'll be able to do
I'm going to
nano,
CMP.
nano monkey, EMP dive.
I didn't even know they had a Sombra. Big yikes.
Somebody's on the left
We're on the
side.
back. They're pushed up and choke, but on his back left in their cubby. You're right. Back right cubby. Far cubby.
Left side's ours.
Going
Right
to
here.
nano
Me.
blue.
He's
ready.
inside the cubby right
Facing the
now.
walls. Paddock, be careful.
3, 2, 1.
On her.
Aim and heal.
Oh,
She's half on
See?
point.
Can't get her. They froze too.
So it's fine.
Alright. That's what else they used. They used the freeze, they used the
Holy shit, they used a lot of ults. I don't know if they used Brig ult early. I feel like I heard it, but either way, that's 4 ults gone. That's huge for their team.
and nano.
Yeah, they
I
got
used
us.
blade. I didn't get the confirmation on.
I should have not just called the target because she's in the cubby. That's what they want me to do.
Yeah,
I had to call a target that was on point more open.
It doesn't just have to be who the best character is. It can be like location.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm glad they pointed that out.
All
That was
right.
the thing that I was going to say.
On Lucio on point.
Doesn't have to be
They're kinda playing
character,
around,
it can be
the
location.
Bro, are they
area.
just all in the center of point right now?
No. Orion
Just
pushed
EMP
up,
them,
and
it doesn't
Zarya
matter.
and Lucio are back farther.
Bro.
On his way back on their stairs.
He's
If I do an
been
EMP bomb,
holding
can I kill you?
Yes.
EMP
yes, yes, yes.
so much.
Wait,
Main
3,
left side.
2,
Sorry.
1.
That
Nice.
was
Ryan,
way
Ryan,
too
he's back.
late.
He's
Way
easy.
too late.
Ryan could
You didn't say where anyone was. You just didn't point out anything. You're just like, hey, you want an EMP bomb? And that's another thing. EMP bomb is so
He died.
so hard to pull off on this map in particular. You have this corridor, environmental cover, and literally if you throw it on the point, there's about a 50% chance it's going in the hole. 50% chance the fucking entire enemy team gets in the fucking hole. It's just there's so many if factors to it.
Ryan,
I don't even know how did the Zarya die to that. She was in the wall.
Brigida hacked.
Keep going, I'm dead.
Alright.
Nice.
Hey, let's-
Man.
I'm trying to eat the heal.
Why are you in spawn? Why is that where your thing is? If you are playing Sombra, you don't even have to like make it a hacked health pack. Just to make it to where if you translocate, you're immediately getting health. Because what the fuck else are you actually gonna like? You don't. There is a 0.001% chance that you translocate just to translocate. There's literally a entire button preset now to where you can destroy it so that you can reset it and not have to like use it and reset where you were. If you need health, which you're going to if you're using translocator, put it on your Mega. You saw how their team was playing. They didn't make it past these doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 to 1.
We're going left side purple.
Dead.
Okay.
Let's see if I can play.
I'm gonna freeze.
And real quick, I very much hold these people to higher standards just because the sole fact that they're GM and there's people in Plat I know that have more knowledge than them. There's easily people in Diamond and Masters that have more, you know, knowledge of the game than them. And I hold them to standards because I want them to get better. And I don't, you know, I'm not trying to be all this toxic, you don't know how to play the game. But, like, I play Ryan. I play Sombra. I play, you know, Lucio. I physically, there is no one in the game that I haven't played. And literally every season on my main account, I main someone else every season. It's like I have all the knowledge of different heroes, and that's why I want to implement that all in the coaching, because I know all the different styles and how you can play. I know how to get the most usage out of a shatter. I know how to get the most like out of a EMP bomb. I've had 6K bombs. I've had 6K EMP bombs. You know, it's like a 4K consistency when, you know, me and my girlfriend duo and do EMP bomb. It's not me hating, it's me saying how are you going to improve your play as a grandmaster if you are not even in the like loop of the basics for the hero that you're trying to play professionally.
So one.
Speeding?
And that's why I'm especially so hard on the Ryan, Lucio, and
Give me Nano Blade.
Sombra, like I've said.
Ace hack the point, hack the point.
Or I guess the
Wait,
monkey
look.
now.
Nice.
Ryan, no.
Huge
You
blade.
guys win that fight, right?
He's one. Yeah, we won.
I'm resetting my mech.
Sorry if you can. Sorry. Dead.
Alright, start staging for next one. Stage for
Yeah.
next.
No need to say sorry if you can.
Make
Just
close CMP here.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
start farming
can
at,
just
like,
call out
50%.
she's low because she was like
Let's call
half
that
when he
first.
called that out.
It's coming out your right side.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, it's fine. They're coming right side, rolling out right side.
She's gonna try and
Run
wall
up the
that.
high ground, her. Maze still main. Dive on this main. Well, actually, you can't dive on main.
He's kind of low.
Why not? If you hack
Not
They're coming right side.
Wait, what?
right side, rolling out right side.
She's gonna try and
Run
wall
up the high
that.
ground, her. Maze still main. Dive on this main.
What is this? What are you doing?
Actually, you can't dive on main.
He's kind of low.
Not
They're coming right side.
My head hurts.
They're going far right.
on top. 3, 2, 1.
with you.
Nice
On
call.
head.
Space on the wall. Speeding out.
Nice.
I'm pretty
Sorry,
sure
I'm
that's a
point
waste of
back.
mail.
Me piece.
Yeah, outside.
Nice.
That's a nice
Yeah, keep going, keep
EMP.
going.
Shooting sorry this side.
Speeding. Friend.
Sorry.
I'm main point.
They got
Right here.
nothing out of that. The late bomb.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice, actually. What the fuck? How did that kill her?
We won the
They're all
fight.
backing out.
How did that kill
Alright,
him?
Lucio was B.
What?
Lucio was B.
Hold up. How the fuck did that kill him?
Nice.
What?
Keep calling.
Oh, he got
Alright,
slapped
they're
last
all
second.
backing out.
Unfortunately.
Lucio was B. Lucio was B.
That was a
can-
fucking
I should do
millisecond.
Nano.
They might win this one, chat.
Nano mark, and we gotta pressure that.
They might win!
They have one chance. They might win this.
Pog.
Iceman, call a target.
Brigitte left side. They're splitting. On Lucio. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Tracer left.
Lucio.
Regardless, this has been a great series.
She's on me.
We just on point.
Yeah, I'm
On point, on low.
Huge.
Zarya on point, Zarya on point.
I booked
Sorry,
another
sorry,
shatter.
Ryan's hacked.
I'm dead.
Ryan's hacked.
Keep calling, I'm dead.
I blade on then. Okay.
God
You know what?
damn
I think
it!
it's coming along. I think it's coming along.
Better.
Okay, what other compositions do you play?
Nice.
We'll let you take a.
All right, not gonna say too much. So far, in these however many games that I've watched of them, I think that was the fourth one I've watched. First one, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I'm gonna actually give this one a 5. Some of the plays were just god awful. That Lucio play, oh, you rustled my jimmies with that one. Unfortunate, but I think it's where I'm gonna leave it off. There's Kings Row. So they run Kings Row, they run Gibraltar, and they run. That's it, actually. Alright, well, I still got 2 more things to do. I might end up streaming those later tonight. I don't know, but, if I can, good. If I can't, that's unfortunate, and I'll stream them as soon as I can. Getting my Twitter reset up so that I can tweet out notifications and everyone else can, be aware more when I go live. If you want to stay tuned for the next stream, follow all that shit. But that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching.